Okay, so let's talk table cricket rules. Table cricket is an action-packed tabletop simulator of the game of cricket. You've got two teams that play each other. The batting team is there to score runs and the bowling team is there to prevent runs and take wickets. The batting side's aim is to score as many runs as possible within their innings. Generally speaking, an innings will be 10 overs in length, so that's 10 times 6 balls, which is 60 balls, but you can play different formats of the game. So to simplify things, we don't have two batters on the field at any given moment. We only have a single batter that is there to hit the ball and score runs. This batter also doesn't need to run anywhere to score runs. Simply put, you hit the ball, and depending on where the ball lands, that's how you score runs. So we've got zone 1 over here, we've got zone 2 around the field, we've got zone 3. If the ball hits the boundary, that's a 4. If the ball hits one of the zones marked as 6, you can score a 6. And if the ball pops over the boundary and goes outside of the field, that also counts as a 6. And obviously if you hit it directly out of the ground, that is also a 6. Then there are different ways of getting dismissed as a batter. You can get bowled, that's when the ball hits the wicket. You can get caught, that is when the batter hits the ball and it lands between the legs of one of the fielders. You can also slightly hit the ball or just get a touch, and if that ball then gets caught by the wicket keeper, that's also caught behind. You can be caught and bowled. This is when the batsman hits the ball back at the bowler and the bowler manages to catch the ball within the catching mechanism. Another form of going out is LBW, when the bowler bowls with delivery and the ball hits the leg of the batter and the batter is standing in front of the wicket. In this case, the bowler would appeal for the wicket and most likely give feedback and almost make the decision whether or not it is out. If the batter disputes this decision, then the decision can be reviewed and then the dice gets thrown. The other thing for the batting team is the dice, and you will see that this dice has got 2 red stickers and 4 green stickers. When there's a decision that needs to be referred to the third umpire or the television umpire, then the batting team needs to roll the dice, and depending what it lands on, that'll either say if the batter is out or in. So that would be in, not out, and the red would be out. The batting side has 4 batters at their disposal. First of all, we've got blue cap. Then we've got small head, big bat. That's this one with a string mechanism. Then we've got the green helmet, which is the trigger action mechanism. Last but not least, we've got chopstick, and this uses a chopstick and a swivel mechanism to bat. So those are your 4 batters that you use throughout your innings. The green helmet batter does not have an integrated wicket keeper, so for the green helmet you need to install the standalone wicket keeper. The same applies for the chopstick batter. You also need to install the standalone wicket keeper. For the other 2 batters, they have integrated wicket keepers and they also fit onto this round marker. This one also slots over this round marker and has an integrated wicket keeper. With the green helmet batter, this guy is pretty robust. You can sort of go to town with this one with the trigger action to get your shots. You can move them around and you can really give it a good go. The other batter that is very robust is the chopstick swivel batter. This one has been designed to be used almost as a pinch hitter, and you can really go to town with this one. There's minimal damage that can be caused, so you can really go for it if you want to go for big shots. When it comes to the other 2 batters, these are old figures and they are a little bit more fragile. You can obviously still use them to score runs and hit big shots, but they've got sort of plastic mechanisms and they are a little bit aged, so my only request is to be gentle with them, do not sort of force the figures with the risk of potentially breaking them. But this one you can also move around, you can play your different shots. And the other batter that is also a little bit fragile is the small head big bat. This one, when moving him, you want to make sure that the bat is resting on his legs and not swinging out to the other side, because we don't want him to break off at the top here, which has already been glued. So this one also gets placed over the round marker and you keep him in place. You can also move him, position him to play his shot, and then you simply pull back his bat, and when you're ready to take your shot, you simply release. And with the bat, you can pull it all the way to the back to get enough force, and again, you just release to take the shot. In table cricket, it's a little bit about force, but it's mostly about timing. If you can time your shot with the right amount of force, then you will send the ball to all the different boundaries all around the field. And in the event that any of the batters might break or malfunction, then the rules will be updated in real time, and there are also various other batters that can come in to replace them. They are all slightly different, have their own little quirks, their own batting actions, and they are definitely replacement players that are ready to hit the field if and when needed. On the batting side, we have got a system using coins and green and red stickers. You've got 10 wickets throughout your innings, and you need to switch your batter every time you lose a wicket. So you cannot keep batting with the same batter. So we have 3 2-rand coins, we have 3 1-rand coins, we've got 2 50-cent coins, and we have 2 20-cent coins. So the reason we have different coins and this order is that the 2-rand coins represent your top order batter, the 1-rand coin represents your upper middle order batter, the 50-cent coin represents your lower middle order batter, and the 20-cent coin represents your tail end batter. You've got the 4 batters to choose from, and you need to decide which of these batters is representing your top order, your upper middle order, your lower middle order, and your tail ender. So let's, for example, choose that this will represent my top order, this will be my top middle order, this will be my lower middle order, and this will be my tail ender. So in that case, this is the 2-rand, this is the 1-rand, this is the 50-cent, and this is the 20-cent. So when batting, every time you lose a wicket, you need to switch out your batters. So for this reason, we change up the order of these coins. So with this new order of coins, we see that we will always have a different batter coming in as we lose our wickets. And as you go through your innings, you keep track of your batters. So the way the order works is top order batter, upper middle order batter, then your top order batter comes in again, then your upper middle order batter comes in again, then for the last time, your top order batter comes in. Once that wicket falls, for the last time, your top middle order batter comes in. Once you've lost these 6 wickets, then your bottom middle order batter comes in. Then if you lose that wicket, your first tail ender comes in. When you lose that wicket, your bottom middle order batter comes back in. And when you've lost that wicket, for the final time, your tail end batter comes in for the final wicket. So this is what it looks like once you've lost all your wickets. If that happens during your innings, this system helps you keep track of which batter needs to come in next and how many wickets you've lost and how many wickets you still have to lose. The bowling side has got bowlers and fielders at their disposal, and the aim of the bowling side is to minimize the runs that get scored and to take wickets. So the bowling side has got 3 or 4 bowlers at their disposal, depending on player availability. So first of all, we have got the red-haired bowler, that is this one. Then we've got 2 brown-haired bowlers, and one of them has got a sticker to demarcate them. Similar action, also with a shoot. And then last but not least, we have got the very fast and aggressive sling bowler. This one uses a catapult mechanism where you pull the arm back and then you fling the ball forward. So here are some examples of the different bowlers. So you've got the fling bowler, very fast, very aggressive. You can definitely take wickets, but there is a risk of obviously conceding runs, conceding byes. If you don't get that ball on the wicket, and if it bounces too much, then the wicketkeeper will not catch it and you will be conceding a lot of runs. So here's a compilation of bowling clips to give you an idea of how the different bowlers perform. So each one of these bowlers has got a catch mechanism in the front here, and if you manage to catch the ball, if the ball lands in this pocket and latches onto the magnet, then that batter has been caught out by the bowler. When it comes to catching the ball with your bowler, you can swivel all the way to the right and the left, but in order to make a clean catch, you have to be between this point on the left and this point on the right. So you would have to be in between this zone to make a catch. If you do happen to catch the ball there, that's simply fielded and that would still be 1 run. But if you catch the ball anywhere between these 2 points, then that counts as a catch. If the ball hits the bowler on the side and ends up landing in the fielder, then that is also a catch. So no matter how it happens, if the ball is hit by the batter and it ends up in the pocket with any of the fielders, then it is a catch. Obviously not if it's already hit a boundary, then it obviously counts as a boundary. So you've got your 9 fielders that you place around the field. So there are 2 types of fielders. The one is crouched down and the one is standing more upright. The one that's crouched down, generally speaking, is a bit more stable. So this fielder is ideal for closer positions to the batter. And the one standing up is usually better for positions that are further away. The fielders all have a little pocket between their legs and there's a magnet inserted. This is to catch the ball. So if the ball lands in between the legs and latches onto the magnet, that counts as a catch. The ball has to land in the pocket and it has to stay in the pocket. If the fielder falls over, that is a drop catch, and if the ball is simply close to the pocket, that is simply fielded, not a catch. The bowling side has control of the fielders. There are 9 fielders. The bowler is the player number 10 and the wicketkeeper is number 11. At any stage of the game, you can reposition your players, but there is one rule with fielders, and that is that every quarter can only contain a maximum of 3 fielders. So this quarter over here has 2 fielders currently, this quarter over here has 2 fielders, this quarter has 2 fielders, and this quarter over here has 3 fielders. There's one exception, and that is slip fielders. You can place as many slip fielders as you like, and they can be right close together, touching with their hands. There needs to be a slight gap, so you can place as many fielders as you like. The other rule that applies to all other fielders is that they need to be a player's length apart from each other, which means that you cannot line up all your fielders right next to each other like that. There is a power play rule. That power play rule states that for the first 2 overs of the innings, you can only have 2 fielders within the circle. So opposite to real world cricket, where you can only have 2 fielders outside of the circle, for table cricket you can only have 2 fielders within the circle. And that lasts for 2 overs if that rule applies. Looking at this side of the pitch, we have got the wickets over here, and there's a little sticker to demarcate where the wickets need to stand. We have this round marker on this side, and similarly we have a round marker on this side. This piece over here is an integrated wicket keeper. We also have a standalone wicket keeper with Velcro on the bottom. These wicket keepers also have magnets in them, so if the ball is played, that would be fielded, and if the ball is played in the middle, that would also be fielded, and if the ball is caught either side and sticks to the magnet, that would be a catch. We always need to make sure that there is a wicket keeper in place. So if we are using one of the batters that does not have an integrated wicket keeper, then it's important to place this wicket keeper just in front of this round marker like this. On the bowling side, we also use a coin system, and this is purely to count the balls in and over. So as you are bowling your balls per over, then all you do is turn around the coins to keep track of how many balls you've bowled. It is always important to keep track of the balls so that we can update the scorecard, and then at the end of the over, you don't have to turn them all around. You can simply go from red to green for the next over. Another option for the bowling side to count balls of the over is to use bottle caps, and here you simply move them down as you bowl your balls to keep track of your over, and then the next over you move them up to count your balls, which is really quick. So the main requirement for the bowling side is that they cannot bowl 2 overs in a row with the same bowler. So after every over, it is compulsory to switch your bowler. And you can switch back and forth between 2, but over the course of an innings, it is important to make use of all your bowlers, whether it's 3 or 4, including the sling bowler. Generally speaking, the rule would be that each bowler can only bowl 2 to 3 overs within a 10-over innings. Next, we have various bowling add-ons that the bowling team can make use of throughout the innings. We have got different bowling surfaces. So this is the plain felt surface, which is sort of the default. This is a slower delivery as the ball rolls towards the batter. This is your fast pitch that you can install. The way you install this is you simply slide it underneath the batter, and on this side it goes underneath the bowler and it goes underneath the round marker, almost right to the end. You want to make sure that it is not getting in the way of the wicket. So you would install it roughly between these 2 points, and this will now let you bowl using this faster wicket. So here's some examples of the results that this bowling add-on would give you. So you can see that the ball moves a lot faster, it moves very straight, and it is a great add-on if you want to bowl faster. Looking at the next bowling add-on, we have got this add-on which has got pieces of almond taped down to the surface, and this is your spin add-on. And this will result in a bit of movement with the ball as it approaches the batter. As you can see from some of these examples, if you land the ball onto one of these almonds, you can get some exciting movement, and in general, this add-on can also result in catches, and you'll definitely keep the batter guessing. Moving on to the next add-on, we've got the swing add-on. As you can see with this add-on, we've got two grooves that you can make use of to either create in-swing or out-swing. And the nice thing with these add-ons, and this applies to the spin add-on as well, is that the bowler can actually move them based on their liking. So you can slightly position them as you want to. So if you want to create extreme in-swing or out-swing, you as the bowler are free to move these around and position this add-on to your best advantage. So here's some examples of what you can expect when using the swing add-on. You can bowl a batter, you can generate catches. There are endless opportunities of what is possible when using the swing add-on. So this is the black swing add-on. Then we also have a white variety of this add-on. You can see that this is very similar. Also two grooves that you can position to your advantage and hopefully get some wickets. So the other rule with all the add-ons is that you can keep them in place for 2 overs at a time. You can switch them out after every over, and you cannot switch them out in the middle of an over. It's important to mix up your surface. So your options again would be just the felt. You can use the speed add-on, you can use the spin add-on, or you can use one of the two swing add-ons, either the black one or the white one. And there might be additional add-ons that we will still develop and add to the game at a later stage. The other thing I wanted to touch on is that we have got a bowling speed ramp and we have a bowling super speed ramp. So both of these ramps you can use when bowling. You can place them underneath the shoot bowlers. This does not apply to the fling bowler. So any of the shoot bowlers, you can use the bowling ramp to increase the angle and get more speed. And you can move the bowler around like this as long as you stay within these two lines when bowling. You can even stack them up to get more of a steep angle to increase the speed of your ball. So you can mix it up throughout your over as you see fit. The only time the bowling ramp cannot be used is for the fling bowler, and this one needs to be positioned towards the back. And what you can do with this bowler is you can adjust the elevation of his feet, and you can obviously pull the arm all the way back, or you can pull it halfway, or as much as you need. We do play with wides and no balls. If a ball does not reach the wicket, or if it falls to the side for whatever reason, then that would be a no ball. That results in a free hit for the batting team. Also on the no ball rule is if you're using the fling bowler and you bounce the ball and it hits the batter's head, then that would be the one bouncer of the over, and any future bounces like that would be called a no ball. So you cannot keep bouncing it and you cannot keep hitting the head of the batter. So keep that in mind when using the fling bowler. And if it is a wide, if it's mostly anywhere on the right of the batter's legs, then that would be a wide. Or if it is wide on the left side here, then that would also be called a wide, and that results in a run for the batting team, and you have to then repeat that ball. And what also happens if you bowl a wide and the ball goes down to the boundary, then you concede 4 runs as well as the penalty run for bowling that wide. So you'd concede 5 runs and you would have to re-bowl that ball. If the bowling ramp is in place and the ball hits the ramp, that counts as a 4. Or if the ball hits the bowler's hand that might be resting on the felt, which it shouldn't, then that's also a 4. If there's some kind of an obstruction, then that's a 4. So each team has 2 reviews for the game, and these reviews are represented by these 2 coins. If you use a review and you're successful, you keep that review. If you lose a review, then that gets turned over, and once you've used up both of your reviews, then you have no more reviews for that given game. The review system will also apply for catches if they are very close catches, or any other decisions that get disputed, for example a wide. Usually a wide gets called by the bowler themselves, or if there is a third player present as the umpire, then they decide whether a delivery is a wide. If there is a dispute, then one could decide to roll the dice and to decide whether or not it's a wide or not. Usually these decisions get resolved fairly easily, but if there's a controversial decision and it's a crucial decision, for example a wicket, then usually we would roll the dice and we could use a review to decide whether it is caught behind, whether it is LBW, or whether a catch has been taken cleanly or dropped. So for scorekeeping, we use a modern digital scoreboard, which you can see on the left here. And this is really simple. Whoever is batting is in charge of the scoreboard. And if it's team 1 that's batting, then you've got the buttons on the left here. You've got 1 run, 4 runs, 6 runs. You add those to the total over there. You've got batters out at the bottom, so you can just add a wicket when that falls. And at the top here, we count the overs. So that is reflected on the other side as well. So you can just hit 1 run, 2 runs or 3 runs, 4 runs, 6 runs, add a wicket, and then count your overs at the top. And if you need to edit any of the scores, you simply hit the pencil and then you can subtract the wicket or the overs, or you can subtract runs like that. You hit the tick mark to go back to the scoreboard mode. So that's where we keep track of the score. The bowling team has to count their balls as they bowl their overs. The batting team has to obviously keep track of their wickets and their batters that are leaving the field and coming in. The batting team is also responsible for updating the score in real time. So there we go, that completes my explanation and overview of the rules of table cricket. This is such an awesome action-packed miniature tabletop cricket game. I can't wait to have you join. I'm Sean and I'll chat to you soon. Cheers.